I remember when I was going to different dealerships because I was looking for a brand new car. And there was one car in particular that I really liked. It was a Jeep. This is the car that I got now. So it's a Jeep Grand Cherokee Blackhawk. And I remember going to different car dealers and talking to different sales agents, right? And I was talking to this sales agent and I was negotiating like everyone does, right? We always negotiate. We're negotiating with the salesman. We're trying to get the price down. And there was one local one within the area that I kept going to. And he knew that I liked the car, but he was never really pushy. He was very patient with me. He always spoke to me in a professional manner. He never got frustrated at me, even though I kept pushing him and pushing him and pushing him. It probably took like a month and then I bought the vehicle. But even though I went to all these other dealerships, I eventually came back to him and I bought off him. And it's simply because I trusted him, but because he was just so patient and professional, that he just knew how to communicate with me, right? He knew the kind of buyer I was, and he just spoke to me in a manner that didn't make me feel frustrated, but made me understand the value of that vehicle, and that I needed to pay that price. And so eventually I bought it from him. And so, from that experience, I'm telling you this, right? I wish I knew this. And you have to apply this within your weight loss journey. You have to be a good salesman. Doesn't matter. It does not matter if you don't like salesmen or you don't like sales or anything. In your life right now, in your journey right now, you need to be a good salesman. If you're trying to lose weight, I'm always talking to people that are trying to lose weight. If you were trying to lose weight now, you need to be the best salesman in your life right now, because this is it. This is why you need to be the best salesman. It's because you need to convince yourself. Let me say it again. You need to convince yourself. If you put on 50 kilos or 100 pounds or 50 pounds, you need to convince yourself that you can actually achieve the goal of losing weight, right? I remember in my journey, I've been on my journey now for 2 to 3 years, and I'm always continuously trying to find ways to be able to communicate to myself. I have to continuously find ways to motivate myself in my journey. Like, even though I've lost 45 kilos now, I still have to find ways that I have to motivate. I have to push myself. I have to communicate to myself. I have to continuously sell the dream that I can possibly lose weight. I have to be patient with myself. I have to know how to communicate with myself. I know how to, be long suffering with myself, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? It's just a simple analogy, but it's very important, because what happens is, in your journey right now, it's going to be very difficult. You're going to come across, all these obstacles. You're going to come across all these challenges within your journey. Like, you might be motivated to buy. You might be motivated to lose weight on one day, on the second day. Right? But there are going to be days where you're going to fall off track. And the only person, you are going to have other resources that can help you. But at the end of the day, the only person that can get you to do things, to stay consistent at, is you. And so you need to be the best salesman in your life right now. You need to sell the dream. Like, that the dream is possible. Like, you need to sell the dream. Like, the dream of you being at losing 40 kilos or losing 50 kilos or possibly losing 100 kilos. You need to truly convince yourself, because this is it. If you do not convince yourself that you can achieve that goal, you will never do anything. You won't take the necessary steps. So anyone that's ever known me, like, within my journey, even though I've lost 40 kilos now, which equivalates to about 80 pounds, when I was over 200 kilos, I was already telling myself, like, I truly convinced myself that I can achieve it. Like, in my mind, like, if me and you, when I was at 200 kilos, if we're looking in the mirror, right? We're looking in the mirror, in the same mirror, and I weighed over 200 kilos, which is about 400 pounds, over 400 pounds, right? We'll look in the mirror when I'm that heavy, right? And you might look at me, the reflection of me in the mirror, and I would look big. I'm overweight, and I'm just, like a typical overweight kid, depressed in that, right? But in my mind, when I was at over 200 kilos, when I looked in the mirror, and even though the reflection of me I was a weight over 200 kilos, in my mind, I truly convinced my mind. I believed in my mind that I weighed 120 kilos. Like, that's my goal weight. And I still feel like that now. I truly convinced it. Even now, I probably convinced myself even more because I've lost 40 kilos. Like, my belief within myself is a lot more stronger, that I'm already there. And that's the key, guys. That is the key, because the journey towards you losing weight is such a, it's a draining journey. There are going to be days where you feel like you cannot continue. There are days that you're going to feel like you just can't push anymore, and that, you know, that you can't do it. And the person that's going to pick you up, you are going to have a support system, but the person that's going to get you up and go and keep pushing forward and get you to eat the proper nutrition and get you to go do regular exercise is you. And so I want to come back to it. You truly need to be the best salesman in your life right now. And you need to sell the dream to you. You need to convince your day on a daily basis that you can actually achieve it. And then and eventually work towards you in your mind, like you truly believe it. Like in my mind, I truly believe that I can achieve it. No matter how much doubt I have in my life right now. Like no matter how much doubt I have in my life right now, I truly believe that I'm already there. And so that's one key strategy that's enabled me to be able to lose the 40 kilos. And I know this, if you apply this to your life, truly convince yourself, truly tell yourself every single day you can do it. What happens is you eventually, your choices that you do on a daily basis are going to be dependent on that belief, because you truly believe it. And so that's one key strategy that's enabled me to do what I do now. And so hopefully you guys can apply this to your life, and especially to those that are on the journey, because I definitely know that it works. So I'll speak to you soon.